Should I just go like this the whole time?
Yeah.
Welcome.
I think about you all the time, and then I wonder, do I think about you all the time, and then I wonder, do I feel your mind the way I feel your body, or you're just another?
All right, so today we're here with Brendan Doshi. This is actually his second time around hunting. So we were out last year, didn't find anything that felt quite right, and Brendan's like, hey, let's get out there again. What are you looking for?
Well, this is my first property that I'm looking to buy, and I'm looking for something like a 2-bedroom, 3-bedroom, 2-bath that I can live in and also rent out the other 2 rooms. So hopefully offset the mortgage cost and make some equity.
So I actually say this often to my clients. So people will buy like a whole building, like a 2 or 3 flat, right? And they'll put in so much money and hustle to make, $1,000 per unit. And like you're sitting in a position right now where you can rent out the other 2 rooms or another room, and you're making the same amount of money for like the same cost and saving rent. So it's funny, a lot of times when we're running like the return for people later on, the people who end up doing the best just on a pure investment standpoint, people with a room, like just with the roommates, renting out their own space. It's kind of interesting. So let's do it. Right now we're at 1923 North Humboldt, right on the boulevard. It's kind of cool. So the major thing with like a basement level is we're worried about water, and then we're worried about security, and then we're worried about light. I think it has really great light for a garden apartment. So the main thing that we're gonna do is try and look for a sump pump, see if they have one. So the first place we saw was a 3-bedroom, 2-bath right on Humboldt Boulevard. It was a garden unit which presented some issues. However, with Brendan, he can potentially rent this out. The rental market for a garden apartment, while still slightly less attractive from a rental perspective, is still stronger than if you were to sell a garden apartment. So that's what we're trying to see, is this ugly thing is probably the most important thing in the whole building.
Is that a good thing?
Yeah, this is a great thing. So this will take care of any groundwater. So like if water did decide it wanted to like come in, there's an actual pump in here that shoots it up and out of the building. And you can actually tell, so like if there were water issues or humidity issues, your floors would be like warping. So they'd be like cupping or they would be like separating.
Got it.
So like because it's a garden level, I would argue that the market is reduced by about 50%. A lot of my clients are just like, no ground, no garden.
Okay.
So puts us in a good situation now to potentially negotiate, but you have to think about it for resale.
Sure.
But this does have, just good traditional like rental possibility at the end. You're gonna do this.
If I get another place, I can hold on to this.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And make a couple bucks, especially as, over here as the neighborhood continues to change.
Yeah.
Does your dad have Instagram?
Yeah.
He does?
Yeah.
Dude, can we shout him out?
Sure.
Oh my God, what's his handle?
I think it's probably just like Kira Doshi.
Kira Doshi. Interesting fact about Brendan, what scholarship did he get?
Fulbright.
Fulbright scholarship or Fulbright grant for piano. We got a link to a little YouTube clip of you playing?
Yeah, there's clips of me out there.
Do we have your authorization to use your clips?
Yeah, you can use my music.
Okay. And copyright on it?
Well, I think you have to if you're gonna use it for professional
We're recording
purposes.
right now, man.
Yeah, we got your permission.
Yeah, you got my permission to use the track.
Show the judge.
Definitely.
Like you end up suing him for copyright.
All these houses you sold was because of that song.
So the second place we saw was another 3-bedroom, 2-bath, but this is more of a typical Chicago apartment that I'm sure everyone who's watching has seen before. Really small bedroom, a 3rd bedroom that could barely be considered a 3rd bedroom. The floors were all slanted, which is normal, especially in a building that was for sure over 100 years old. So the slant was, yes, annoying, but the ultimate thing was the other 2 bedrooms, which Brendan is going to actually try to rent out to 2 friends, are glorified closets. They're so small. The master bedroom itself is small. So we kind of wrote this one off very quickly and moved on to the next one.
Like, how realistic is Logan in terms of like what, like, is it pretty at this point priced out in terms of, it's not gonna like blow up, you know what I mean?
No.
Yeah.
Most of the appreciation has already taken place.
Sure. So maybe it does make sense to look at other areas that might.
If you're banking on appreciation, but I really think I think your focus should be on finding something that is rentable in the short term for your roommates.
Yeah.
Like roommating it
Yeah.
is a perfectly viable investment decision.
Yeah.
Honest to God.
Yeah.
So the last condo that we saw was objectively larger, newer, probably nicer, but it lacked any character whatsoever. It was one of those things, and this is why I tell people, you know, you have to get out there and look at stuff, because on paper it looks great. The price is right, 3 bedrooms, 2 baths, has a lot of nice features to it, but there's something that you can't really describe when you walk into a property. And, you know, myself, Brendan, our camera guy, Sebastian, all agreed it just didn't feel right. It has literally zero charm.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? As
Yeah.
opposed to like that Logan one.
I know.
All that light, you
I
go
know.
onto the boulevard.
I know. It doesn't have that.
Yes. Like this is bigger. It's probably like newer,
Yeah.
but you're just like, ugh.
But why'd you want to live here?
Exactly. Sucks.
The joie de vivre.
What?
Joie de vivre. It's
No,
French. Joy of
sure.
life.
Yeah. That was the fastest tour I've ever done. Like not even close.
Wham bam.
Three places, like that was nothing. I'm so used to doing marathons that like I show like 15 properties at a time. This was quick.
I gotta do some more hunting.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Whenever you want.